Good morning, everybody. My name is John Vetter, and I have to give an informative speech on a cultural topic. The culture I've chosen is actually a subculture of the military, and it is about the Seabees. A few of the mottos of the Seabees is "Can Do," "With compassion for others, we build, we fight," and "The difficult we do at once, the impossible takes a little bit longer." History of the Seabees. In December of 1941, there was an attack on Pearl Harbor. From that stemmed the island hopping campaigns in the Pacific and entered America into World War II. America realized that they needed a construction force that was not civilian in case they came under attack, and that is where the Seabees came in. In the Pacific, we did the island hopping campaign going from Guam to Midway to Coral Sea, building the bases from Hawaii all the way up to Okinawa and Tokyo. We provided much of the Marine support, fought most of the battles with the Marines, and built the airfields so that bombs could be dropped on everybody in the Pacific. In the Atlantic during World War II, the Seabees participated in Normandy and transversed most of Europe, building mini bases. They also did amphibious landings, building ferries and docks and bridges so that tanks and boats can cross waterways and big gaps. From World War II, Special Forces was created. Special Forces was created by the Seabees, who had an exceptional knack for diving and explosives. So the SEALs and UDT were actually stemmed from Seabees. On came Korea. In Korea, there was much more base building and support for the Marines. The State Department used the Seabees as goodwill ambassadors for fighting communism. Many of the buildings built in Korea were schools, clinics, and wells were drilled for clean water. In Vietnam, the Seabees did a lot of the Special Forces camp construction. While there, they held their own defense with the Marines and the Army, and the Seabees were given our only Medal of Honor winner in Marvin Shields. Stuff built in Vietnam were more schools, more clinics, roads, and more wells were drilled. In the Gulf War, about 5,000 Seabees were deployed. They built 12 bases in Saudi Arabia. They built airfields, galleys, fleet hospitals similar to MASH, and they fought alongside more Marines. Since 2001, Seabees have been in Afghanistan and Iraq. They've been building bases and managing the bases in Iraq and Afghanistan. They participated in statue removal in Iraq. And in the Pacific, they win the hearts and minds by building schools in Timor-Leste, the Philippines, and other locations. Stateside, Seabees have been very active. Hurricane Camille hit Gulfport in 1969. Seabees were already on station, as that is our Atlantic home base. 2006, during Katrina, Seabees were also on location, and they assisted in the disaster recovery and cleanup. 2008, Ike and Gustav hit the Gulf Coast. I was actually a part of that deployed to Louisiana in support of Ike and Gustav recovery efforts in Texas. Hurricane Sandy, CB Battalion from NMCB 11 and NMCB 5 went up to New York for about 2 weeks and assisted in recovery efforts. More recently, Seabees have been instrumental in recovery efforts in Haiti and Puerto Rico. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed my speech.